Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today we're going to be looking at the Scav case in the Hideout again. This time around, we're going to be looking at the loot that was obtained through 50 Fierce Hatchling Moonshine Scav Case runs, and just how profitable it can be. Let's go ahead and take a look at the loot. So let's get right into the data that we collected. In column B, we have the items that we received from the Moonshine Scav case. In column C, we have the Scav case run number associated with each item that we received. In column D, we have the value of each item that we received. If the font is black, that means that the item was sold on the flea market, whereas if the font is blue, that means that it was sold at its highest value to a trader, as selling on the flea market didn't make sense. In column F, we have the number of items received from each Scav case run. while in column G we have the time it took to complete the Scav Case run, in this instance 280 minutes or 4 hours and 40 minutes. In column I we have the value of all of the items added up within each case, while in column J we have the cost of the moonshine used in each of the Scav Case runs. While you can craft Scav moonshine to reduce costs, the value that I used was 250,000 rubles, as that's what it cost on the flea market when I started this project. While moonshine is currently sitting at 210,000 rubles on the flea market currently, I will be using the 250,000 ruble number, as that was the number I was dealing with during the stage of the economy that I sold the items on. That being said, if you're interested in the numbers derived from a 210,000 ruble point, I will cover that briefly after we take a look at this data. Finally, in column K we have how much each case either made in profit or lost, while in column L we take that number and calculate how much that Scav Case either made or lost per hour. Now, if we head down to the bottom, we can see some numbers that I feel like everyone will want to see right off the bat, so we'll get right to it. Here, we have the value of all of the items that we received from the Scav Case. In total, we received 13,088,280 rubles, which seems like a nice amount of money until we see that the cost to do 50 moonshine runs is 12,500,000 rubles. From 50 moonshine runs, we received 251 items in total, and it took us over 233 hours or over 9 days to finish all of the Scav runs. We can see here that the average cost of one item that we received from the Scav Case is 52,145 rubles, and on average we receive 5.02 items per Scav Case. In terms of entire cases, we averaged 261,766 rubles per case, which in turn barely had us edge out a profit of 11,766 rubles per case. However, reduce the effect of outliers by using the median value, and we can see that we only received 231,094 rubles per case, losing about 18,907 rubles per case. In terms of the whole dataset, we ended up profiting a total of 588,280 rubles, giving us a total of 2,521 rubles of profit per hour. I shouldn't have to tell you how terrible of a value that is, but to put it in perspective, the 50 runs using the 1,000 ruble Scav Case is more than 18 times that number, and a 1,000 ruble Scav Case only takes a fraction of the time to complete. We ended up not turning a profit on 27 of the 50 runs, showing that running the Moonshine Case using these values only breaks even at this point in the wipe. Now, at this point, you may be saying, Jasminelli, you moron, the Scav Case is meant for receiving found in raid streaming items. You're just an idiot who doesn't know what you're talking about. And while I typically love being unnecessarily berated by random people on the internet, I decided to look at that end of things as well. We can see here that of the 18 items required to turn in for the collector quest to receive the Kappa container, we only received 6 of the 18 items required. However, I'm aware that there are other hard to find items required for quests that also require a found in raid status, so let's get through those as well. We received 4 secure flash drives, 2 ophthalmoscopes, 2 OFZ shells, and 1 military tank battery. The latter 2 items not technically needed for Kappa completion, but whatever, they're still quests, I'll include them anyhow. All this makes me come to the conclusion that the argument for this being the Scav Case to try for streaming items is a pretty weak argument unless you have every single quest done in the game except for Kappa and you still haven't managed to find all 18 items needed, which sounds like a problem in its own right, but whatever. But for the Scav Moonshine fanboys, I do have one piece of information that may make you happy to hear. Based upon the items received, the Moonshine Scav Case seems to be more profitable the earlier in the wipe you can start on it. Items such as tank batteries, OFZ shells, and phased array elements may be cheaper this late in the wipe as they aren't as necessary anymore for hideout upgrades or quests, but they can make you a fortune if you land one early in the wipe, and the Moonshine Scav Case is certainly the best case to receive these kinds of items. Like I promised earlier in the video, here's a look at the data with the 210,000 ruble price point. As you can see, over 50 runs we saved 2 million rubles, but this only increases our ruble per hour mark to 11,093 rubles, which still has a lower value than every other Scav Case I've collected data on. The amount of runs that lost a profit isn't helped much either, as it decreases from 27 runs to 24 runs. For adding 2 million rubles worth of profit to this data, which may not be 100% accurate as the individual prices for items sold may have changed for better or worse as well, my conclusion seems to be the same, that this is just not that profitable of a scav case. And with that, we've covered 50 Fierce Hatchling Moonshine Scav Case runs. To recap, the Moonshine Scav Case is one of the worst cases to consistently make profit on. While it may have a higher chance to spawn rare found in raid items for quests, the actual amount may be more discouraging than you thought. That being said, the earlier in the wipe that you can unlock and run scav cases, the more profitable the Moonshine Scav Case will be, and the further along the wipe you go, the less profitable. This is also the only scav case that you can currently craft the required materials in your hideout, so you have the potential for crafting moonshine a lot cheaper than buying it off of the flea market. In the future, I'll be covering the Folder with Intelligence scav case as well as the 7,000 ruble scav case, so stay tuned for those or check out the 85,000 or the 1,000 ruble scav cases I've already collected data on. If you enjoyed the content, consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Thank you for watching and good luck in your raids.